This is a story about how connectivity frees world trade. It's about infrastructure renewal, and it's about innovation, partnerships, investment, and spurring growth. It's about moving things and people around the country and between continents. From trade shows offering every commodity on the planet to railways, ports, and high-tech factories. In this series, Closing the Gap, we tell the human stories behind the China phenomenon in Africa. Kenya's Fort Jesus is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It was built by the Portuguese some 400 years ago to guard the old port of Mombasa. Fort Jesus is now a museum, but most of the artifacts on display are neither European nor African.
We have a lot of Chinese collection in the gallery, and this Chinese collection, some of them we found them in the shipwreck.
Throughout the centuries, Fort Jesus served as an important way station for sailing ships destined for Europe or Asia. It was a transformative seaport that at various times was under the control of Europeans, Arabs, Turks and Africans. It brought stability to months-long sea voyages from China to Britain. It facilitated the start of what we know now as global trade.
Well, I can say that Chinese goods have been here beyond 100 years, even more than 400 years, even before now.
While China-Africa ties have existed for centuries, many believe the best is yet to come. China is helping to unleash Africa's stored potential, working with local partners on massive construction projects. The modern-day port of Mombasa is a case in point. It's the busiest seaport on the African east coast. As the gateway connecting landlocked countries such as Uganda and Burundi to the sea, Mombasa's port could be doing better, but outdated infrastructure and other aging transportation links are causing bottlenecks in the movement of goods and people.
我们也看得到，现在这个港口是非常拥挤的，是吧？这里面什么原因呢？就是因为
Huang Xiong-lin, the Deputy General Manager of China Road and Bridge Corporation, is overseeing a 10-year contract with the Kenyan government worth more than $3 billion. It's all about rejuvenation and connectivity, linking the world to the port and the port to the continent. Huang's company is operating a new freight terminal at the port and a 400-kilometer-long railway it built connecting Mombasa to Kenya's inland capital Nairobi and eventually to landlocked countries in the African interior.
目前的话，肯尼亚的这种传统的这种运输方式主要有两种，一个是米轨。 还有一个是这个气运，目前的话应该说是它的气运占了它的大头，去年来看的话，它的这个气运的这个运量大概达到了1500万吨，米轨的话量相对比较少，才100多万吨，去年大概是180万吨，那我们标轨的话，我估计到2020年，应该说整个集装箱运量我们可以达到300万吨左右，散货的这块的运量应该也可以达到300万吨左右。
The new railway, which began to haul freight in 2017, is already making a difference. It has cut the trip between Mombasa and Nairobi by 4 hours, saving both time and money. But Chinese companies are not only the builders and constructors. Chinese professionals are here for the long term, as trainers. They have 10 years before they hand over the full operation of the railway to local leaders and their crews.
I got this opportunity through my University of Nairobi. They had a career fair event. So when the company came to the university, I went to their tent and they asked me if you had a chance to be trained for an assistant locomotive driver, would you do it? So I accepted the offer because they were willing to train me on the job.
Zhang Chang, an experienced locomotive operator, is teaching a class of future Kenyan drivers.
今天呢，我们来学习一下这个机车乘务员一次乘务作业。培养一名火车司机是非常不容易的。那么就是说，大概在2年到3年，就是说可以让他们从副司机可以考司机。那么在3到5年吧， 争取把他们所有人都培养成合格的火车司机。
Eventually, the Kenyans will manage the railway on their own. It's a massive undertaking involving thousands of workers in a wide variety of jobs.
We had up to 25,000 Kenyans employed in the project at the peak of it. And they were in various trades. And so many Kenyans were exposed, and they were actually got hands-on experience in terms of material testing, quality controls.
Passenger services, like the rest of the operation, are also held to the highest Chinese standards.
你像我们学的就说是教他们就是按咱们中国的这个标准呢教他们，包括那个行走呀、什么敬礼呀、那个立正呀，就说那个就是就说是给这个旅客迎接旅客上车，他们就是等于是这样的过来啊。咱们的国内就说是从胸前手从胸前这边上来，最后他们说哎喜欢我这个动喜欢这个动作就教大家反正学得挺快。
This way,
There were lots of stages. I mean, it's enjoyable. You can eat. There is toilet there. So everything is just superb.
Well, because it's more convenient, it's fast enough, and comfortable.
We are on time, and yeah, we expect more in the coming future.
10年以后，我们要把这条铁路交给他们，让他们进行接管。
Over the last 30 years, a key to China's own successful development has been its colossal investment in transportation infrastructure. The strategy has not only paid great dividends to China's economy, but Chinese engineering and construction companies have developed world-class expertise that is helping them win contracts abroad.
它主路是双向4车道，拓宽成双向6车道，这是第一个。
Project manager Li Wenlen of the Chinese engineering group Wu Yi is overseeing a 25-kilometer highway expansion project in Kenya's capital, Nairobi, that's being financed by the World Bank. He says Chinese companies have numerous advantages, helping them win contracts.
现在我们就是说中国来进来的话，我们不单单是说作为施工方，我们也作为一个比较有经验的一个国际承包商，我们也会给相应的一些原来的咨询公司带来我们一些的一些建议。
With new infrastructure in place, traders in the region will soon be able to better exchange their shipments with China and beyond. At the southern end of the continent in Cape Town, South Africa, Maggie Pan has just completed a whirlwind tour of her company's markets in Africa. She's the manager of a large Chinese battery factory and has come here to jumpstart sagging sales.
I think nowadays everybody knows the global business is very weak, and even my factory is also facing a lot of the order shortage. And then I have to come out looking for the opportunities. South Africa, in the past year, the economy is very strong, and even the currency is very strong comparing other countries. So that's just...
Facing ultra-thin profit margins, wholesalers in China and retailers in Africa are coming up with innovative ways to cut the cost of doing business. This is where the World Wide Web truly lives up to its name. With clicks, searches and transactions taking place at the speed of light, consumers in Africa are getting access to made-in-China products faster, easier, and at lower cost.
相对于其他的传统的一些中非贸易，我们的优势是我们没有中间商，也没有贸易商，所以我们的是直接厂家对客户，所以他们的话可以节省采购成本。
One of these trade facilitators is Amambo, a Chinese e-commerce platform that has set up demonstration outlets in 6 African countries, including Kenya and Cameroon.
那现在我们 电商，那你所有信息都可以通过平台了解。你即使不用去中国，你也可以通过平台了解这个产品的信息，或者是你从这一个产品你可以找到好几家厂家去对比。
Nairobi's Lafuli Avenue is a renowned one-stop shopping paradise for lovers of electronic products and gadgets. This is where a young entrepreneur can ease into the local retail market by using Amambo's online network to do business with China.
So sometimes you just go on the internet and then you Google, you ask for a supplier for a particular product. You don't know whether that product will get to you. So when Amambo came and told us that they could ship products for us at a very affordable cost, we decided to try them.
Amambo also runs a program called AMP, Amambo Marketing Partner. It's helping train college students interested in becoming Amambo's campus representatives. Their only tools are a smartphone and the company's app.
China products, the quality is good enough, and when it comes to prices, it's fair prices compared to other products that we have here locally in Kenya.
Dennis Kamau, a senior at the University of Nairobi, is one of Amambo's 500 college reps in Africa. Amambo says it's giving the students business experience and helping the company expand its network of small traders.
The China products, at least the price is okay, which is affordable to most of the students and most of the people who are willing to purchase. My commission, it's not that bad. If you can calculate, it's around $350 to around $500 in a month's time. And I'm able to sustain my living standards and also to pay for my own school fees.
Our people have been getting jobs. Amambo has employed hundreds of our youth. Number two, Amambo has been able to train our youth on e-commerce because, again, e-commerce is a relatively new thing in Kenya, and Amambo has been able to reach out to universities, our universities.
As China continues to evolve its own development path, the Made in China label is rapidly changing. There will always be shiploads of affordable and innovative products leaving China's busy ports. But a new trend is emerging from China that offers even greater potential to spur global trade and bring true shared benefits to Africa. In our next episode, we'll meet some of the Chinese companies that are putting down roots in Africa, manufacturers that are employing thousands of people, and technology companies that are partnering with peers on the continent.